Okay, so these are my programs that I made to calculate my numerical calculation. And so basically, the way this went is I started off with just a basic three-body collision problem. It just like pool balls, or it is just like pool balls. And basically, what I did was I just started off with making a pool table, put 6 pockets on it, put 3 masses, all equal masses, had 1 moving, 2 stationary, and calculated all the forces when they collided, and this was the end result. And so, it was did what I intended it to do, but it wasn't really something that intrigued me, I guess you could say. I wanted something a little bit more challenging. So I thought of maybe instead of doing collisions, doing motion affected by gravity, things like that. So I wrote a second program, and this one was actually really interesting. I got some really cool patterns out of it, just like this one. Just messed around with it a lot, but at the end of the day, just again, wasn't really what I was looking for. But here's the program. Again, have the box, 6 pockets. This time I added an extra sphere in there. And also something different I did was I gave them different masses because now we're talking about gravity. So I wanted, one ball to have a little bit more pull than the other, and just kind of messed around with that, trying to see just what I could get out of it. And here's just one pattern. This is just a random pattern that happened to be the last one I wrote. And this one actually shot off. So that is that program. And after that, again, I still wanted to do something a little bit more challenging, maybe had some real world applications. And so what I came to think of was taking those 3-body models, and that 4-body model, and turning it into the Earth, the Moon, and some other outside object. And so first I had to get down the Moon revolving around the Earth. I used the real calculations for this, the real distances, things like that, real radii, and this was the result. So I just kind of did this till I got something that looked pretty and looked somewhat like an orbit. And so this kind of got me used to it. And once I did that, I was able to go in, write a whole new program. I actually wrote this one first and then tried to get down the orbit without the extra body, which made it a lot easier. But anyway, here are the 3 bodies. I thought about adding a 4th, but that was just too much. Here's the force of gravities, change momentums, and if these 2 bodies, the moon and the asteroid, or whatever you want to call it, did collide, I put that they would have some kind of bumping. And so that was my aim, to kind of try and see, if the moon was revolving around the Earth and some foreign object came and disrupted that orbit, what kind of effects would we see? Would it be different if it hit it and if it glided by it? Things like that. And this was the end result. You got to zoom in a little bit because the comet is on a pretty large orbit. But this is basically the best I could get it. I tried orienting the orbits in different, planes and things like that. Put them in the same plane at one point, tried to see if the orbits could actually intersect and bump into each other. But it was actually really cool. I'm upset it didn't work out the way I wanted it to, but this was basically what I got. Hopefully I can, maybe tweak it and get an actual collision, because what I wanted it to do was kind of wrap around, maybe nudge it, maybe pull on it a little bit and see what kind of orbit would result. I don't know, thought it'd be something cool, something a little bit different, something interesting, and But those are basically my programs. So, alright, hope you enjoyed.